Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing Faith's 1 month update. I cannot believe that she is 1 month old already. This month has just flown by. But anyways, she is just so precious and we love her so much. So I don't know how much she weighs right now, but when she was born she was 7'5", and normally babies will lose weight the first couple days and then take a little while to get back to their birth weight. She gained 3 ounces in our first 2 days, so she never lost anything. And then at her 1 week checkup, she was 8 pounds. And then at her 2 week checkup, she was 9 pounds. So we don't have any more checkups scheduled till 2 months, the normal, because the midwife does the first 2 week checkups and stuff. So I'm not sure how much she weighs, but I know she's got to at least be around 10 pounds. She's already outgrowing her clothes. Her sleepers, her feet are like super long and skinny and her toes are so long. So her feet are outgrowing the sleeper, the footed jammies, and also they're like pulling down on her shoulders. She's also outgrowing her 3 month like onesie shirts. This one's a 3 to 6 month one, so it's a little bit, has a little bit more room. So yeah, I only had 2 newborn outfits for her, and I didn't have any newborn diapers. So when she was born and I saw that she was tiny, I was like, whoa, we need to get some newborn diapers. So she wore newborn diapers for almost 2 weeks till her umbilical stump thing fell off. And then we're just doing the Costco size ones. We do a little bit of cloth diapers as well. And Miles absolutely loves his sister. You have a smoothie mustache. He just absolutely loves her, and she adores him as well. She always looks at him when he's talking to her, and yeah. So anyway, she's doing really good. She, okay, Miles, you gotta be quiet, okay? Hey, go get the smoothie off your face. You got a smoothie mustache on your face. Go wipe it off.
I want to go water.
So she is breastfeeding really well. She latched on like immediately after birth and nursed for 2 hours straight. She did, when the midwives did their like newborn assessment checkup thing when she's a couple hours old, they found that she had a severe tongue tie. Miles had a lip and a tongue tie. She just had a tongue tie, and it was so severe, so that little thingy underneath your tongue or whatever, it literally went to the tip of her tongue. So we got that fixed right away, and she's been breastfeeding fine ever since. She eats during the day about every 1.5 hours to 2 hours. And at night, which I'll get to sleeping in just a minute, wow, I don't know, it's very unpredictable. You just don't sleep good, huh? But yeah, she's eating really well, and as you can tell, she's chunking out, and yeah. So as far as sleep, we are struggling in the sleep department. That's why I look so sleep deprived and have bags under my eyes. But anyways, yeah, so she doesn't really have an established bedtime. She sleeps a lot during the day. But I try to put her down when Miles goes down for bed, which is like around 7:30. But she usually cat naps in the evenings. She also cluster feeds in the evenings. Like she nurses like all night long until it's time to go to bed. But she cat naps, and then she goes to bed between 9 and 11, like down for her good like portion of sleep. So she she'll do like a 3 or 4 hour stretch. So the nice thing about her going to bed so late like that is I go to bed at the same time, and then I'll get a 3 or 4 hour stretch. Whereas if she goes to bed earlier and then she has like a 4 hour stretch, and I only get 2 hours because I go to bed after her. So that's the nice thing about her going to bed a little bit later. But she has trouble sleeping. She has trouble like laying down, being laid down. She likes to be held, or I'll put her in the carrier during the day to sleep, because as soon as I transfer her to her bed, even in the middle of the night after she nurses and is like zonked out after nursing, I'll lay her down and she'll just be like wide awake. And then the second I pick her up, she'll fall right back to sleep. So it's kind of a challenge to get her to go back to sleep. Yeah, I mean, she naps really well, like I'm holding her. But yeah. You love your brother, huh? You love your brother. So right now, I don't know if you can tell, but she's got a little bit of baby acne and some of the dry flaky skin, but that's just a normal thing babies go through. Miles never really went through that stage, so I'm not sure how long it's gonna last, but we still love her anyways, don't we, huh? Yeah. She is not a super fussy baby. Well, right now she kind of is. Because I think she's, I don't know. She woke up from her nap and sometimes she likes to take another nap back to back. But she's not really that fussy of a baby. Miles was like really fussy and colicky. She's not really that way, which is nice. But I think she has a sensitivity to dairy when I eat dairy, which it hurts my stomach too, so I try to avoid it. And Miles was sensitive to it when he was a baby as well. So I just recently cut out dairy. I think I'm 2 weeks dairy free now. It makes her really gassy. She is a very noisy baby at night when she sleeps. So she grunts like all night long, and especially when I have dairy, like she is so gassy. And there's been times where I've had to like get up and like bicycle her legs and like fold her legs in half and try to get her to toot because she's just like so uncomfortable. So I cut out dairy and that's been getting better. I've heard it can take a couple weeks to clear 100% out of your system. I think something else is bothering her as well. I think it's coffee, but I'm not sure. I started drinking coffee because she doesn't sleep well. And I've read that it doesn't necessarily affect them like the caffeine, but I think it's bothering her stomach because the two days that I had it, she like projectile vomited like a fountain like 3 or 4 times in a row. Hi. Are you gonna be all fussy? So Miles used to do that when I had dairy. So I cut out coffee for a couple days and she seemed to be okay. And then yesterday I had coffee and she was super fussy all afternoon. So I might just cut it out for a couple more days and then try it again and see if maybe that bothers her or not. Oh, are you tired? You're yawning. So we'll see. But other than that, I think she's not really fussy or anything like that. But she's just really like grunty a lot at night, and when I have dairy, it's gas. So 2 nights ago, we actually started putting her to bed in her room at night. I've been putting her there to like nap during the days. Well, she sleeps a lot during the day, so only for maybe like 1 or 2 of her sleep times I'll put her in there, but then the rest I'll like have her with me or something. If I can get her to go down in her bed, then she can nap in there a couple times a day. But we've been doing that at night because, like I said, she's super grunty and just really loud at night. Not as much because I cut out the dairy, but she just makes a lot of noise at night, and she's just a noisy baby. So I've been putting her in her room instead of in the pack and play here in our room. And I do have the monitor in there so that way I can hear her, because I don't want her to work up to a cry in the middle of the night, because crying is their last, their last hunger cue. They start showing other hunger cues before they actually start crying. So try to catch her before she cries. But I do have the monitor, and I did turn it down, the volume down, so that way I can hear her when she's like actually starting to wake up, instead of like every single time she moves or every time she like makes a noise. So that way I can get better sleep, because I'm not sleeping well because I'm always like jumping up to check on her, and plus I can just look at the monitor and see if she's awake instead of like getting out of bed and checking in the pack and play. So that's been going okay, except like I said earlier, she has a hard time like being laid back down. So I've been swaddling her because just with her arms in like this, because when her arms are out, which she doesn't really like her arms being swaddled in, but if I can get her to fall asleep like that, then it's easier to lay her down. Because if her arms are out, then when I lay her down and she kind of relaxes and her arms go out and she like wakes herself up. So we've been trying swaddling, and it's kind of working. But anyways, yeah, we're just so in love with her. We just absolutely love her so much. And she has the prettiest blue eyes, which I hope so bad they stay. Miles had really dark eyes and they weren't like blue, and I knew they were going to be brown. So hers, I'm hoping they stay. But yeah. Okay, I'll show you my postpartum belly shot, because I've been showing you my belly growing, and it's only fair to show you afterwards too. Be forewarned though, it's a little bigger right now because I had a giant smoothie for lunch. So I feel not bloated, but just like, you know, it feels bigger than normal. And also I'm wearing like super baggy sweatpants because I dropped my bowl of bean dip when I was eating lunch, when I was trying to put it on the table, and it splattered all over me. So I just changed into comfy sweatpants. But anyways, yeah, so I'll show you my belly shot. Alright, so here is my belly shot, and like I said, I'm wearing super baggy pants, so I feel like I look a lot bigger. Yeah, it's like really squishy, and yeah, so that's my belly. My belly button is like super stretched out, and I have a little bit of a hernia, so my belly button is like really sensitive. Yeah, so that's my belly. So as far as how I'm doing with postpartum and physically and everything, I've been feeling amazing. I felt amazing since I had her. With Miles, I felt awful because I lost so much blood. I couldn't do anything for like 2 weeks. But I seriously feel amazing. I don't even feel like I had a baby. Even right after I had her, I didn't feel that way. I think I'm done bleeding. I'm not sure. With Miles, I bled the full 6 weeks, and then 2 days later my period started. So I never really had a break. But I think the bleeding is finally pretty much let up. Pretty much, so hopefully I can have a longer break this time. But yeah, I'm feeling great, except for tired because I'm not getting very much sleep, but no postpartum depression or anything like that. I mean, sometimes I'll have my days where I just feel really like down just because I'm so tired, and once I get some sleep I feel so much better. But yeah, I'm feeling great. Simeon's doing great. We're just so in love with her and just really enjoying her, aren't we? So anyways, that is our 1 month update and postpartum update. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm actually going to be doing a nursery tour. I did one months ago, shortly after we found out we were having a girl, and I was still in the process of doing it. And so I'm going to do a nursery tour so you guys can see the finished nursery and how it is. I love how it turned out. So don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you guys next time.